Hello, this is my quick review of Tiger Claw for the Commodore 64. I'm going to read from the manual. 4 magic scrolls have been stolen by the 3 Lords of Evil. Help Tiger Claw on his path to retrieve the 4 valuable scrolls before Fire Fist, Thunder Chain, and Angry Tongue can unleash their full potential. Fortunately, Master Lee transferred some of the scrolls' powers into the 4 masks of endurance before the scrolls were taken. Find the masks and use them wisely. As Confucius said, he that would perfect his work must first sharpen his tools. This game reminds me a lot of the 1984 Commodore 64 port of the game Bruce Lee. That had to be where the inspiration came from. Bruce Lee was a great game, so why not use that as a starting point to build another great new game? Reading from the manual or from the website, Tiger Claw was developed by Lazy Cow and Saul Cross and released exclusively on cartridge by RGCD for backers of the Commodore 64 in Pixels Kickstarter, Fusion Retro Books 2016. I happened to be one of those backers, and I was very excited to receive my complete inbox copy of Tiger Claw. It even included a sticker stamped 2016 with my name on it. This game is beautifully designed. It was first released by RGCD in 2014 as a 16 kilobyte cartridge, where it placed second in the Game Developers Competition. It has since been redesigned for the Kickstarter as a 64K cartridge, adding in additional rooms, modes, including the training mode and multiplayer options. From the website, collect ancient masks to gain new powers, slay dozens of enemy foot soldiers, deadly ninjas, fearsome demons, rabid hounds, and birds of prey. Full NTSC support with identical game and music speed on both PAL and NTSC systems. When you first power up your Commodore 64 with the cartridge in, you see an image of the tiger. If you look at the image closely, the eyeballs sort of look like beetles or anteaters, but if you think about it from a far away point of view, it looked like a tiger. After you press the button, you are then brought to the RGCD logo, which shows up just before the title screen. The title screen allows you to select between different options. The first one is Training Mode. Here you can practice all of your moves against a seemingly endless barrage of enemies. From what I gather, it looks like your primary moves are Punch, High Kick, and Flying Through the Air Jump Kick. Alternately, you can select the Versus Mode. This makes available the multiplayer options. With the multiplayer, you have the option of not only playing against one other player, but you also have the option to play against up to 3 additional players. What a blast that would be. The manual states that for 3 or 4 player modes, you need a hardware add-on called the Protovision 4-player adapter. The next option on the menu allows you to change between background music. By the way, the background music in this game is terrific. This game allows you to select between 8 different songs or tracks. Moving down the available game options, there are difficulty settings: Standard, Easy, and Hard. Easy mode gives you a smaller map, only one wave of enemies, and they are slower to react. Hard mode is the same as Standard, but you start out with less health. According to the manual, the floor has less friction, and your opponents react deadly fast. The final option is Start. Start will begin your adventure. If you sit on the title screen for long enough, the Attract mode will start up. The Attract mode simulates gameplay on various levels and will continue until fire is pressed on the joystick. The graphics in this game are excellent. There are a total of 24 different screens to explore, and the game continues to challenge you with differing enemies and challenges along the way. The soundtrack is great and never seems to get old. The gameplay can get a bit repetitive since the bad guys will rematerialize every time you return to the same screen. At least in the early screens, you are rewarded 5 points for the first 2 kicks or punches, and then 50 points for a kill. The more difficult enemies have differing point values. If you punch out a dog, you get 50 points. I'm going to read from the manual the trivia section. Tiger Claw began as an entry in RGCD's annual 16 kilobyte Commodore 64 cartridge game development competition. It achieved second place in the 2014 round. This specially enhanced 64 kilobyte cartridge version of the game features dynamic sprite multiplexer with 14 sprites and status display in border, 4-color high-res sprites using overlay sprites with 100 animation phases, Over 24 rooms, 7 different items, 6 different enemies, 3 boss fights. Full NTSC supports with identical game and music speed on both PAL and NTSC. 70 kilobyte game, 40 kilobyte code, 14 kilobyte graphics, 5K music, 11 kilobyte packed map. Lazy Cow Koala cartridge loader with 10 kilobyte picture and 3K music. Much less slippy controls by increasing the floor friction. Minor bug fixes and game balance tweaks, including limited attack waves. Changed dash power-up and lower enemy skills. New challenges such as bird attacks, vanishing blocks, and a special hidden scroll. Additional music tracks, selectable difficulty, new training mode, new versus mode for 2 to 4 players, title picture, and 3 hidden Easter eggs to find. How cool is that? Even though the cartridge version was limited to the Kickstarter participants, you can still get your hands on this game by visiting the RGCD website. On the RGCD website, you're able to purchase the ROM for $2.99. You can buy the poster that came with the game, and you can get your hands on the original Tiger Claw, the 16K version. I am still fighting my way through this game, and I have yet to complete it, but I am enjoying trying to do so. This is a great game, and it's highly recommended. I'm going to read the credits from the manual. Tiger Claw is a Lazy Cow production, copyright 2014 to 16, published on a 64 kilobyte C64 cartridge by RGCD 2016. Matthias Bach, code design manual. Saul Cross, music graphics design. John Davies, box and poster artwork. Chris Mantle, manual design and layout. Steve Day, box design. Dr. Martin Wendt, technical support. David Simmons, testing, NTSC testing. Andreas Shincaglia, additional support. James Monkman, manual/testing. Tim Harris and Raymond Lajuez, cartridge hardware. Andreas Shincaglia. Tim Harris and Raymond Louise. Tim Harris and Raymond Louise, cartridge hardware. I need to double jump. I don't have it.